can see the screen, right? Let me check on YouTube. All right, here we are. So it's going a bit late on the YouTube, but there's some delay. But we are over. All right, Klit. So thank you so much for joining us today, and I hope other viewers are also going to join. Slow and steady. It always takes time. So we can take 1 or 2 minutes before we go on to our discussion.
Sure. Thank
So
you
let's
for
take a
having me.
minute. How are you
That's
doing,
all.
by the way?
Yeah, I'm fine. I mean, it's winter going on here in Brisbane, and it's a chilly. It's my first year, and uh, pretty much getting acquainted with the new kind of season because you know that I moved from Singapore, and
Yeah.
there is no concept of season there. It's all 12 months, same season. So that's why I'm wearing hoodie because even though I have a little bit heater on, but still need to take care.
So what's the
And
temperature over there?
I think around 18, 19, and nighttime it's around like 12, 15 degree.
Wow.
It's not like a chilly as compared to Melbourne and the other southern part of Australia, but this is called actually a sunshine state, but in winter it's actually winter.
Great, great. Well, the weather looks lovely, to be honest, and here also. And summer has been started in the Netherlands.
Fantastic.
Yeah, indeed. And it's a privilege to have you over here. So we are
Oh,
going to start now. And we are going to start this session with a few words from my side. Hello, everyone. If you are watching us, so thank you so much for joining us and tuning with us today. My name is Ajay Kumar. I'm from BA Consulting Pro, founder and mentor over there. And with me today, we have Khilit Prajapati, who is the one of the best person that I have ever met in this tech world. I met him in Singapore. Rest he's gonna talk about himself. But I known him for a long time, and I thought it would be great if he can share some of his knowledge and insights with us. So,
sure.
welcome to the very first episode, Learn from the Best. And here with us, the Khilit Prajapati. So, Khilit, over to you.
Thank you, Ajay, and thank you for having me on the show. Maybe the first thing I would like to start is just a general introduction.
Yeah,
Let me share my screen.
indeed.
Let me know when you see it.
Of
Uh,
course.
Done. So basically, I'm an enterprise data architect. I recently moved from Singapore to Australia last year, and I'm currently working for Queensland government as the enterprise data architect.
Yeah,
And I do have a couple of credible certificates, as you can see, and the other are listed in my LinkedIn. You can check it out. Feel free. I've been doing the blogging and public speaking in a community since 2008, particularly in Singapore 2015. And on my leisure time, I love going for like swimming, cycling, spending time with my lovely family, uh, solving cube, browsing, or maybe I go into some tech discussion. Uh, One more thing is in Singapore. Uh, I was a co-admin for the Microsoft Singapore SQL Server user group, which is now renamed to the technical communities now. Remotely, I do whatever I can do, but after coming to Australia,
yeah.
particularly in Brisbane, I set up a brand new chapter, which is the Brisbane Data Platform user group. So feel free if you wanted to stay connected with the latest tech and trends,
Indeed.
please let me know. Uh,
Yes, that would be great. So I
So
have pasted Khilit's LinkedIn profile in the comment section, and Khilit, you can also share your blog post link or any other one that you have. That would be really
sure,
great.
will do.
People are gonna really find them insightful. I'm sure about it.
Sure. I mean, if you have any technical commentaries after these sessions or before, feel free to get me connected on a LinkedIn, as well as my email address is there in my LinkedIn as well.
Yes.
If you need any help, I would be happy to help. But if you're looking for any like a standard answers which are available on the internet, then let's start with that.
Yeah, of course. So over here, we inspire all the individuals in the data and tech community. We also help them and guide them for their different roles or maybe their different career aspirations. And that's why I thought, why not we start this kind of live streaming that can help everyone. We have struggled ourselves a lot in those times and where we didn't have this kind of opportunity, but thanks to the technology as well as the continuously expanding the data world, now we have this kind of opportunity where we can help more and more people over there. With that said, the very first question that I have for you is, what inspired you to pursue a career in data and analytics, and how did you first get involved in this field? I'm very much intrigued with this one.
Can I switch back to the screen?
Of course.
Sorry. Alrighty. Give me a second. Oh, sorry. Okay. Before we actually tackle any questions, particularly technology, non-technology,
Mhm.
field-wise, project-wise, company-wise, I would like to put a small disclaimer that uh, whatever we are discussing in the session, it's actually not a reflection of my company, past or present, none of
Yeah,
their projects or the client and etc. But it is completely a community-driven effort to share an experience of my journey with the folks which are outside.
of
So
course.
that way we can actually being a little bit anonymous in that sense, as well as creative, so we don't lose that. Sometime when we are in a community and we wanted to help it out, we literally cannot share something, but we can share the things which we can share. So
Indeed.
with this discretion, I would love to start with the first question. My journey actually started in early days 2000. My first job was actually the Fox Pro developer. Fox
Wow.
Pro 2.6 for Windows was my first programming language.
Wow.
Many people in the recent era might not have heard or used it, just like COBOL, Fortran kind of era.
Yeah, we are like Stone Age guys for them.
Uh, Then I quickly moved into C, C++, VB6, VB.NET, and C Sharp.NET. And then I put a stop. Once I actually got into C Sharp.NET, I fell in love with the programming. And I was considering at that time, programming is like a very creative job. You can do a lot of things, Windows,
Indeed.
apps, web apps, etc. Okay, I had no idea about the data analytics or any other culture on the reporting side at all. Even at that time, I let go a couple of good jobs in a QA or a BA or a PM or something like that, which were actually paying more than what programmer or developers, because I was not aware of it. But in 2008 or 2006 around, I was given an opportunity to work on a couple of SSRS report and SSIS packages, and I was
Yeah.
using SQL Server 2005 version. That was my first version of SSIS, and
Okay.
the whole Microsoft BI stack started in my journey. Uh, then gradually I reached to the level where I got a bigger project. I started with the mid-size, but the bigger project, and then I I was actually feeling that rather than actually becoming a developer, because when you are more and more creative, you want to start imposing ideas to your lead, then to your project manager, to company level, and etc. So you
Right.
need to sit at certain level to put emphasis on your idea with a rationale that you are imposing or putting something, then why you are saying it. Because what I learned hard way in my career, maybe it's a simple thing for others, but what I learned hard is when you are given a job as a role, people tend to ask like two simple questions that, okay, tell me what to do, or tell me how to do, because it's a new tool. Tell me how to do it. But this thing will definitely get you a role, get the job done, you get your salary and recognitions and etc. All this thing will happen. But you really wanted to actually propel into the direction of your progress excellence, then you should start asking the why. You are given an SSIS package, super complex. You are a magician and you're doing it. But if you're not knowing how and why you are doing it, then you have no progress in your personal life. You are just getting things done. So I gradually getting towards the enterprise data architecture journey where I'm actually telling and teaching people that why we should do the way we should do. If there are business use cases, this is how we should do it, and there is a pretty good rationale that why we should do it. So this is a general starting of my data and the data architecture journey.
Great, great. Thank you so very much, Khilit, for all the insights that you have imparted right now. And that leads to my another question. Can you explain what Microsoft Power BI? How did you start your journey into this? What is Microsoft Fabric? And why they are significant in data and analytics field from your perspective? And guys, for everyone, we are not going or doing any favor to anyone. It's just a simple question because these are the market leader right now, and we have to see what we can learn from Khilip's experience and what he thinks about that. And definitely that can help you as well to choose your further career growth path where you would like to go. So, Khilip, over to you.
Well, you actually surprised me with the Power BI question because I have something deep dive in my heart, deep down in my heart. This thing is hidden. I come from a background of the Crystal Report. So
Yeah.
Crystal Report, data report was my starting. Then I jumped into SSRS, the standard, the reporting services, and then the era of the Power BI came.
Yes.
Um I think, if I'm not wrong, Microsoft released this product in like early August of 2015.
Yes, it was October 15, the official
Oh,
date, but before that, it was an add in for the Excel where you can do some data visualization. And then in October 15, they released it as a standalone
correct.
product.
Correct. And I think it's maybe the country also matters because at that time I was in Singapore and
Yes.
the release date of, oh sorry, the public preview CTM was actually different. I am not exactly recalling that date, but it was around like
Yes.
September or October. I
Indeed.
agree.
Indeed.
Uh, but you won't believe I've been doing this BI related blogging since I'm introduced to the Microsoft BI stack, particularly SSAS, SSIS, and SSRS. And I
Yes.
see huge potential of these three components into the BI world, data and analytics.
Yeah.
Once upon a time, I was like trying to book the Microsoft Air, AIR.com as like my, because
Yes.
analysis
I
integration.
still remember our conversation on that front.
And I also tried the powerbi.com, but you see
Yes.
that we never know that it was a Microsoft baby after like couple of years.
Yeah.
Anyway, uh, what my personal perspective on a Power BI product wise is, it completely changed the era. It split the whole reporting realm into three categories on top of my head. One is
Yeah.
the standard reporting. I call it as like a business intelligence. Like whatever happened in the past, you can precisely present to your senior directors or senior panel. Okay.
Indeed.
Another thing is the self-service BI. Now,
Yeah.
self-service BI is also similar to reporting, but it is not, because here you are doing everything by yourself. And
Yeah.
the last is actually analytics. It's kind of predictive analytics, which was not there in the standard reporting. So
Yes.
it brought a huge era into the reporting realm.
Hmm.
Now, Power BI, even though the product was amazing, even still, it is actually, I would say, it's not replacing, Fabric is not replacing Power BI, by the way, but it is not a direct competitor to any other Microsoft Fabric product because it's a one single umbrella of the entire
Yeah. It's
reporting.
experience over there. Indeed.
You remember those days when Microsoft always want to unite or create like a simpler form of aggregation of the functionality, like Windows presentation layer, communication layer, reporting
Yeah,
layer, etc. Power BI
really.
is that tool.
Yeah, and that reminds me our very first interview as well. So, guys, most of you probably don't know this fact, but Khalid and I was looking for a job in Singapore back in my days, and then we had an interview, and the communication was like it was so intrigued, and I never met a guy like him. He was so helpful even during the interview, and later on we connected somehow, and it was like we are connected on Power BI. Then I got to know this is the guy who's presenting everywhere Power BI, and he's the kind of sole person who started all the Power BI communication or implementation among the organizations in Singapore. He has presented in so many fronts as well. So thank you, Khalid. I believe if that won't be the case that we haven't met, we won't be over here. Also, we hadn't had those kinds of interesting conversations. And most of you, if you know me, then you know that now I'm Microsoft MVP. But the journey has been started like many years back when I was in Singapore, and he's the guy who actually inspired me for this MVP journey, and he did a great help for me. So, Khalid, thanks a lot. All
No
credit goes to
problem.
you.
Ajay, you're most welcome. You deserve it. It's all your hard work and the blessings from all of us. Uh, but because you mentioned the point on the interview, I do wanted to tell you the industry leaders who are taking the people's interview in the panel. I mean, sometimes you forget that it's a journey. You have to help the other as well. If
Yes,
he has a difficulty understanding a concept or something, don't let this guy without answer let go. Okay, give an
yeah,
answer in an interview. That should be the policy. Okay, don't just ask the questions and go ahead. Okay.
right. Indeed. And after that, I have taken so many interviews. And to be honest, for one thing that really matters for me is the attitude of a person. Whether he's willing to learn, whether he's willing to contribute, or he's clear in his mind what he's trying to do. So definitely technical thing is always there, and that can be learned over the job. That's what I believe
True,
if you already had a technical background.
true, true, true.
All right. That leads to me my next question, Khilit, and I'm sorry for
Mhm.
bombarding you all those questions. So this question is regarding the innovations in data and analytics field. So what
Hmm.
inspired you in the recent times, or what is most exciting thing about that? And how do you see them transforming business and industries?
Okay. Um, I see particularly the data analytics. Uh, First of all, people, organizations, the small to big and big tech organizations, they have already started to realize and started to promote this word or saying that data is gold.
Yeah,
Everybody who know this is the buzzword in like back in those days, Ajay, you would remember and relate to.
yeah,
But the data and analytics function with the evolution of these tools and technology has changed people's life in a very, very different way. People were not even able to think some of the business use cases apart from their original operational need. Hey, my need is
absolutely.
to get the answer to serve my people, and that's all I need.
Yeah, yeah. And I also remember in back days, to be honest, we always used to talk about big data, but nowadays big data is kind of less, but we are always talking about scalable or AI or something like that and
Correct.
advanced data analytics. No more big data kind of stuff nowadays.
Correct. In fact, when I've been reading on how the big enterprises like Microsoft or top four that you know of, how
Yeah,
they are actually creating or placing their strategic products into the map for the
yeah,
people, it's not just like making a money. Making money is a byproduct of what you provide or how you
indeed.
enhances the life or the journey of an enterprise, right? You
Yeah,
remember those people who were not able to afford the fancy stuff, but now the era of the cloud has changed. And now,
yeah,
after the cloud, the era of the AI and ML has changed people's life in a huge way. But nevertheless, even though I would like to highlight this with the little bit of a criticism that the AI and ML, they do face very different challenges with the data, like the ingestion, the commonality of the common data model, the proper security, integration, then the
yeah.
data sharing patterns. You name it. There are so many ways AI and ML are actually backed up. Without them, they are not that successful. So if you see the data and analytics function as a whole, it has so many pillars which are actually feeding into an industry. And
Yes,
industries like healthcare, cyber, fintech, you name it, they are
you
not
name
left
it.
behind.
I can completely resonate with you. And today only I was reading an article where it was mentioned that the scope of data science is becoming less and less, and scope of AI is becoming bigger and bigger in the picture when we look at it like this. And just look at the AI, like for the last 2 years, just like when OpenAI said, okay, we are going to release, and then last year ChatGPT, OpenAI came into the picture,
Correct.
and since then now Gen AI is the new
Generative.
thing that every organization is going towards, that because it's helping people tremendously in this landscape, if I talk about. So there's much more to talk about that, and definitely I would like to have a separate session with you on those kind
Sure,
of things. But
sure.
overall, guys, if you don't know AI, then you should start learning now. Still, it's
Correct.
not not late to do that. But AI, Gen AI, and all these are gonna change your future forever. So please start working on it, and also do let us know what you want to learn, and if we can help you in any way to organize any new session for you, we are more than happy to do it for
We
you.
can actually have a practical demo session with an actual
Yes,
concept,
definitely.
and
We are gonna have it.
let the community say it, and we can actually organize that. Not a big deal.
Indeed,
Okay.
indeed, we'll do that. So, now, what are the some of the biggest challenges you faced in data and analytics, and how did you overcome? I know you have a lot of experience in this field. You are like me, like not like me. I'm like you, more or like let's say like this. I cannot compare myself with you at all because
No,
you
man.
are kind of my guru
We are
from
all
whom I learned
technologists.
everything. So, what is your journey, and how did
Okay.
you overcome all those challenges, Khalid?
Actually, first of all, I wanted to make this question a different perspective, that
Sure.
the challenges that I personally face is
Mm-hmm.
also the same challenges everybody face, but they are just nice enough, like Ajay, not to say it. Okay. Everybody who start the journey, there are challenges, and that's what is
Yes,
making people's experience, right? Okay.
indeed.
Uh, in my journey, the ladder started with the development, and then the leader and the manager, and whatever the senior capacity that you know of. I worked in, or I wore all those hats before, and every step I faced different challenges. Okay, but the most recent challenge that which I faced, a couple of which are on top of my head, is managing the data.
Mm-hmm.
Now, literally, if you think, it's actually not a big deal. Oh, you want to manage the data? Okay, fine, dump everything into a database. But then, who is gonna think about the costing? When
Yeah,
you think putting the data into a database, it's gonna cost, but the
yeah,
users are not gonna think about it. So somebody has to think about those facets as well. Now
yeah,
you think that, okay, by putting the data into a database is going to increase the cost, then why don't you dump everything into something low cost material, like Parquet files?
yeah.
Okay, by putting everything in a Parquet file, then I'm actually not satisfying the need of some of the business users who are actually writing the queries and get the things done for them for their operational needs. So you
Indeed.
see, there is literally the balancing. There are users who are actually sitting on a front, who are called by actual customers, the customer facing people, who need to provide an answer with the near real time data. So now there is a journey. Should I provide a data in a format? Should I provide in timely fashion? Should I provide a data into a particular form, a report or an application or ingestion? So
Yeah,
it is a huge challenge of an integration. That is the first challenge that which I can think in my mind. The another thing is the data visualization or the storytelling. Any organization, and this is my absolute my perspective, even though the evolution of all the technology, how we can put the data in a structure, semi-structured, unstructured, and everybody is able to tap
yeah.
on this data in many ways, but
Mhm.
my personal opinion absolutely is, unless a human cannot read it, that is
Yeah,
of no value. So if I cannot show you that pie chart, believe
yeah,
me, even though my Parquet files are near real time, it's not gonna make
yeah.
any difference to you, Ajay.
Indeed, indeed. And that's the absolute challenge, including the data quality and other things that you have mentioned. So definitely, I agree with you. But in
We can
terms,
ask,
if
yeah.
yeah, no, no, please go ahead.
Oh no, no,
Please.
but because the challenges are a lot many, but The
Yeah,
last one, which is a common to be put a focus on, because sometimes we don't give that much value to this point. Thus, I wanted
yeah,
to actually take this opportunity and put it is, when we create a solutions and when we have an opportunity and our solution is actually crossing multiple regions and boundaries or countries, then thinking of the compliance, audit, security are actually too much to put an effort on. Okay, for example, I was working for a project where that project crosses a boundary in multiple countries. Singapore
yeah,
was one of them. Then there is a requirement of PDPA. For
yeah.
Australia is APP, Australian
Like
Privacy.
GDPR we have over here in the
Correct.
Europe.
For the
Yeah,
European, it's a GDPR. So
yeah,
sometime creating a solution, storing a data, applying a security rules, labeling, tagging, everything just works fine. But what if that same solution, same report, somebody is opening into another country, how that would
yeah.
behave? If you are not cognizant enough to put that into your strategy or solutioning, believe me, later on there is no time. Then you have to revamp the solution. So you are wasting
Indeed.
time if you're not actually focusing from the start.
Indeed. And that's the best advice for you out there, all those experts. So whenever you are talking about data, that's the one thing I'll advise you as well. Think about the security perspective. It doesn't matter where you are storing your data or what kind of operations you are going to perform on the top of that, but what kind of security you are applying, that really matters a lot. Even you have a house without any room, that's okay, but if it's not secure, then it doesn't make any sense as a house for you.
Correct.
Yeah, so then it leads me to another question, Khalid, that how do you see that this data and analytics landscape is going to change in the coming 5 to 10 years? And what kind of trends should we watch out for? Like many people are just talking about no code or low code. People are talking about AI, Gen AI, and so many other things over there. So, what's your perspective on it?
Um, if I see data and analytics as a one function which supports an enterprise, then my thinking is, who is potentially be more valuable or value by this function, and who is actually putting more pressure to this function. I see four main characters in next 5 to 10 years who is going to be actually pressurizing the data analytics more. Is AI is for sure. Second is
Yeah,
ML, machine
yeah,
learning. Third is the augmented reality, AR. And the fourth I can think is the IoT. Now, there is a rationale of selecting these four in my mind, because AI is actually making people's life easier, because
yeah.
it is the service with the cognitive involved, making people efficient, as you can see. But it still depends on the high quality data. Okay, it doesn't actually make things actually smarter. It depends on the service like ML. Okay, ML learns and actually prepares. In fact, ML is also contributing the producing the high quality of the data. Why I selected AI in this uh, segment, that it is a more disruptive, is because I was reading one newsletter the other day. Is in as per 2023 year 2023, AI industry was like a $61 billion industry in the
Indeed.
whole world market, and it is keep on dominating the market and industries and different world and spaces. And it is said that in by year 2033 it is going to be $580 billion industry. Okay, and if you don't believe me, you can google these numbers by yourself.
No, I
Somebody
I
will tell
definitely resonate with you. So it is, it is.
it. Yeah, I mean, we are data people, so of course we need to do
Yeah,
the study before we present the data.
indeed.
Okay, and IoT is a special perspective that I select here as one of the disruptor, is because now people realize the value of our data. Then they wanted to actually see all their data into their enterprises. And you won't believe, Ajay, I have seen some of the fintech corporation who are
Mhm.
actually focusing on their sustainability programs by monitoring how much is the usage of their electricity or the lift. toilet water consumptions and etc., which you never
Yeah,
actually think
yeah,
of, you see.
indeed. So
Now the
that's what I'm saying. That's where we are even going. Sustainability definitely it's top on every organization's list nowadays. And our organization over here, like I work for Brisbane Campina, so there also sustainability is the top notch list. And in my past organization, I worked here. NN is Netherlands company which deals in insurance, real estate, and a super huge portfolio, national Netherlands, what we call it. So I worked in the sustainability department, so I know how the companies are approaching to that one. Also, the trends that you mentioned, those are like there's no denial that that's going to be our future. Whether
true,
you know a
true.
language or not, but you should have understanding of data. What is data? How to deal with it? What you can do it? And I can tell you one thing for sure: sooner or later, all companies are gonna be recognized as a data companies. It's no more gonna be that you have any specific one, whether we call it some language or something. No, that's not going to be there. They are going to be data company, and data is going to be the most valuable
Correct.
asset that anyone can have it. So if you
And
have
how
data, you
the
are the richest person.
and you know how the it's actually a spoiler alert, but how the big giants like a Microsoft is helping the bridging the gap of this capability. Because you see, one of
Yeah,
the challenge you mentioned in your previous question was a challenge, right?
yeah.
Adopting a new technology is also a challenge to the
Hmm.
staff. Sometimes you are rolling out the you remember the big top banks where we were
Yes.
actually rolling out the Power BI for the enterprise.
Yeah.
People have hard time adopting it because they get scared that, oh, I need to write DAX, oh, I don't know what is M, how to transfer the data, or how can
Yeah.
I make it actually more productionized version, etc.
Indeed.
Look at how Copilot is a simple example changing the world.
Yes.
You name the technology, oh, 365 Copilot there, browser Copilot is there, Power BI
Yeah.
Copilot is there, Fabricos also is coming with a Copilot.
Yeah, yeah, definitely. And in that one, honestly speaking, I give a big shout out to Microsoft, the way they are changing it,
Correct.
and specifically this platform, Fabric. So initially, some people started asking me questions. Hey, why Fabric? Why don't we use, directly Databricks Lakehouse, or we go for, Power BI, then on the top of it, this and that. But they were not seeing the bigger picture. Bigger picture is that without putting much of the efforts like to learning deep coding or initializing each and every services, you are getting one unified solution for your
Correct.
end-to-end data analytics need, and all the top-notch qualities are underneath there. And the most important part, it's software as a service, so you don't need
Correct.
to do anything. It's just
Correct.
within seconds you can initialize anything over there, whether it's your data warehouse, the data pipelines, you go for database, data lake house, or even Power BI like solutions that you want to need. So that's how. And I told them, people with super confident, that in the next 2 to 3 years, you would see that how much market gain this product is gonna get it. Right now, I can count on biggest like Chanel and there's Coca-Cola and so many other organizations. They are already onto this Fabric platform, and this is gonna be the future. Whether we are in a denial state or hesitant one, but it is gonna be there.
Inevitable. Yeah,
Yeah, it's
agree.
inevitable. Nobody can stop it. And the way Microsoft takes their product, we know from the Azure.
Actually, we don't have to preach these people, right? I mean, whoever are the big decision makers
Yeah,
across, when they see the ROI and the potential value of this thing, right?
indeed,
It's a definite buy-in. The look
indeed.
at the point that is actually covering in a huge architectures. Okay,
Yeah.
I don't want to steal your questions if it is there somewhere, but
No, 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 of course.
Microsoft Fabric is actually bringing a huge potential, and since the Microsoft Build event is actually going on, like for last
Yeah,
3 days, I've been
yeah,
checking a couple of lectures. The near real time hub, I'm gonna be fascinated with that, and I
yes.
definitely would like to do something on that.
It is there. And we are going to definitely do one streaming. And if we are going to get a chance, we are going to
Again,
deliver some, in person lecture too over there. So we are more excited about it.
let's see if we are getting opportunity. Then I would definitely love to do that.
Yeah. But one question from my side, Cliff, I would
Yep.
like to address over here. That question came in many events for me and also on my YouTube channel, that people were seeing the pricing of Fabric and they were comparing with Power BI. But guys, I would like to make it clear for every one of you, Fabric is just not Power BI. Fabric is much, much bigger than that. There you get all the different kinds of experiences, whether it's your, Azure Snaps or Power BI, or let's say you have any data lake house operations or anything you want to do over there. Now, The Power BI pricing, on the other hand, for the 7 years, let's say 7 or 8 years, it's gonna be the same. They even didn't charge you extra penny over there on the Power BI premium capacities. However, if you look at the future features over there, then you won't believe that how much it has been improved for the last like 7 years since they have
Correct.
released it. And now you can do anything. And if you
Same
say that
price.
you cannot handle, the trillions of rows of data, something that's, I'll say it's just a constraint for you. But if you are going to do in a right way, you can do that. So my point is, fabric pricing, I say it's justifiable. From my perspective personally, I don't take guarantee for any other people, but there is a way to reduce that as well. And the way is that if you are going to have a contract with Microsoft, which is an enterprise contract for yearly basis or something like that, then you can get up to 40% of discount. It doesn't necessarily you would directly get it. It's totally depends on how your organization is going to take it and how they're going to negotiate or something like that. But please think about the bigger perspective. What you
Correct.
are getting here, you are getting end-to-end data analytics, and over there, you are just getting self-service BI. Let's say, in a sense, not end-to-end. Still, you are going to need your data lake house. You are going to need so
Correct.
many other things to put over there.
Power BI is still considered alone as the only visualization place
Yeah,
where you need to do rest of the things by yourself. But
yeah,
when you actually see the enterprise position of the Microsoft Fabric's capability into your picture, you will actually reevaluate your existing technology stack as well. I have seen this thing in the past. One of the challenge which I didn't mention in my one of the question that you asked is adoption or selection of a technology stack. Ajay, you would know that selecting a technology platform is a very big deal. It's not that you can just listen to some sales speech from someone and actually fine, this is my partner. No, you have to
yeah.
see a lot of integration, existing capability, the business continuity plan, lot of things to be at the stack for the
Indeed,
selection.
indeed.
Okay,
We have Khalid. I'm sorry to interrupt you over there. We
okay,
have two interesting questions.
okay,
One is, what is future of Microsoft Power Platform? Someone
okay,
who's learning now also Azure. So this is a question from Ganesh. So Ganesh,
okay.
I'll hand over your question to Khilid and let's see what he has his take on this question.
So question is he is learning Azure and learning Power Platform as well.
Yeah, so he wants to know the future of Power Platform.
Power Platform, because I evolved into the enterprise level role, so always see him as like a one component, which is
Yeah,
actually getting your things done for all the pipeline and
automation.
automation. But the thing is, if you are learning Power Platform, I would encourage that you get two things actually clear. One is the all the technology component of a Microsoft Azure, because you are now leaning towards the Microsoft technology and not the
Yeah,
other one. And the second thing is, it's a super best time to get started with the Microsoft Fabric. If you do not start it now, you will be late. Okay,
yeah,
it will actually encompasses the other factors where you will see whether I should actually continue with the Power Platform or I should jump directly into my
yeah.
Microsoft Fabric.
Indeed, indeed. And thank you so much. And
Yeah,
also from my perspective, Ganesh, please keep learning. Microsoft Power Platform is going to help you a lot. And most of the organization depends on that, whether you use Power
correct,
Automate, Power Apps, Power Pages. Now it's coming to build many
correct,
companies' website. Then virtual agents. Virtual agents is going to have a little bit less scope from my perspective, since the Gen AI and Copilot is in the picture. You can even create your own Copilot now using Copilot Studio, but still it's going to be very helpful, so you should have a knowledge about that. But as Khilid mentioned, you should think about Microsoft Fabric too, and where your all the Azure experience is going to count over there. Now another question: will AI replace data analyst's job? And this question is from
of course
Sudhir.
no. No, sorry, I didn't let the question finish also, but I know it is
Yeah,
exactly the similar It's a question in the physicality that do you think the
yeah,
robots can actually, change humans? Now,
indeed.
somebody can answer that question. We know the answer. See, even though ideally when the robots were created, it is with the same presumption that they enhances the capability wherever people are, there is a potential of human errors and security and safety and all these things where we put it. But when there is an actual brains required, AI is also same preposition. It will enhances the capability, it will make us better. That's what my perspective is. It will make my job better. Okay, so you don't need to think that everything will be replaced. Okay,
Yeah,
it will enhance this, but we have to have an hold on the AI, because
yeah,
it's a AI plus myself, which is my job. It's gonna emphasize, it will be a value to an organization.
indeed. Thank you so much, Khalid. And
Yeah.
from my perspective as well, Sudhir,
Yep.
AI cannot 100% replace human intelligence. Just remember that, because the way we take the decision, we also consider, emotions sometimes. It's not like always, but we have to consider, we have to be empathetic with people as well. We are putting a lot of over there. Yes, they can help us out. Always consider them a way to do the things efficiently. In the past, you have seen when SSRS was there, if you are familiar about that, the simple reporting, then Power BI came and everybody started shouting, oh, Power BI is going to take a lot of job and going to do that. Then the AI started coming into the picture. And that's how we are evolving. We are humans. And if you will see the timeline, like first we took 1,000 years to come to the second gen, then second gen to third gen, it just took half of that time. And now the time is reducing. So these are our helping hands, and we are humans. We are super clever. Trust me. We always look towards that. In fact, if you will ask my perspective, AI is also creating a lot of more jobs, like prompt enhancer or the prompt engineer is the new role that is coming over there, and it's going to help you to do more coding, more stuff, more efficiently. It just you have to go with the flow, or you have to start learning new stuff yourself. Khalid, correct me if I'm wrong.
I think you are spot on. I totally agree with you on that point. So don't get scared, but I mean, keep learning. Believe me, journey of a learning AI or related courses will definitely help you. But don't be in a fear that this is going to happen, or don't be in a fear of a competition with the other technologists also.
Yeah.
So it's just a learning curve.
Indeed. I have one more question, but this question, Subir, please wait. I'm going to take it in a minute.
Okay.
First, I have two more questions to Khilith. Let's
Oh,
just finish that, and then
yes.
we are going to go.
Go
So,
ahead.
one question is, how important is the teamwork in data and analytics? Because some people wants to do work individually, and now we have flexibility in terms of work. And what advices do you have for fostering collaboration among cross-functional teams? Just a short question would be a short answer would be enough for here.
Okay. Then teamwork is actually definitely very important and a crucial factor in working in a industry or a team, or it's not just limited to data analytics function, just to tell you. But in my mind, I can tell you that it fosters the collaborative learning, that by working with your peers, that you are learning. You remember those days when in one of my company they were saying that, okay, let's start doing the pair programming, and I didn't actually realize the value, but actually, the pair programming is bringing the diverse thinking of problem. So when me and Ajay are actually working on a same problem, then we might have a different angle of solving the same solution, and it could actually enhance. And
Yeah,
the second, sorry, second thing is, it also increases the job satisfactions that what you are doing, because now you are started to do the better job. Okay.
yeah,
And last but not least is, how can you actually do it, because you are mentioning what advices. I would say that start putting a proper RACI, start doing the some kind of agile practice, because it emphasizes the people to do more and on time and more communicative. You can do your retros and etc., sprints and etc.,
indeed.
and set up the DevOps and communications and etc. Give them
Yeah,
a chatting software so they can actually collaborate well into a same workspace for a project and etc.
yeah, indeed. So thank you so much, Khalid,
Yep.
for answering this question. And that leads to my final question to you for today. And then we are going to take some of the comments.
Sure.
So, what resources or learning paths would you recommend for people looking to upskill in data and analytics? Also, how do you stay updated with the latest development? Because that's the most important question. If we have to go with the latest technology, it's very difficult. There's so much noise as well, and so much information as well over there at the same time, and we are not able to decide, okay, what is the right resource to go for, and from where should I learn, and what should I do. So please help us to understand this.
So how about I teach you? I mean, as a community.
Yeah, of
So
course, that would be great.
uh, when I started my journey, like my actual IT career, okay, like 20 years ago, I was living into a very remote area, which was not even a metro city. But
Mm-hmm.
I subscribe to a couple of technology magazines, and they comes with the CD and DVD with the latest softwares, which none of
Yeah.
my friends have it, and we used to share and collaborate on that. But
Wow.
why I'm mentioning this point is because I realized at that point that when the technology in the America is launched, it come after a couple of months at that time, 20 years ago, to a metro city, and after like couple of months ago to my place. So I'm like a way behind in terms of the update. But now that whole thing has changed. So
Yeah.
first thing, I'll answer the second question. How do you stay updated? I'm
Yeah.
keeping myself updated by going to the direct source. So now I know that okay, I'm focusing on Microsoft Fabric for now. So I keep an eye on what is the latest and greatest happening. I keep an updated eye on a couple of YouTube channels,
Yeah.
Microsoft update blogs for the technology and their roadmap for the technology journey. You can just go and check it out, the Microsoft 365 entire production journey for the releases, as well as Microsoft Fabric release plan. Okay. So whatever the technology, just like I came to know a few days ago on data flow, near real-time hub. Now I know
Yeah.
it. I also know there is a new function they are going to release soon, which is in a preview called Recall, which is going
Yeah.
to capture all your history, what you're doing on your computer. It's a little bit
Yeah.
scary, but because maybe I don't know how to use it, but I will read about it. But I'll keep myself by finding these jargons and directly going to the source.
Yeah.
The first question is for the people who wanted to actually jump into a career and uh, get your skill, get up to the skills, get knowledge. uh, Start with the free sources like Udemy,
Mm-hmm.
and you can spend some money like 50 or $100. Then you can go to like some good channels like plural sites or LinkedIn learning. Okay.
Yeah.
And if you really wanted to go a little bit further, then you can go into some specialized channels, data camp, or some special event and cleaning that Microsoft runs online. Okay. But there are plenty of free resources available on the sources itself. And when I use the word source, is the Microsoft channel for Microsoft course, Google for Google courses, and etc.
Wow, great. Thank you so much,
Yep.
Khalid. This is going to definitely help everyone, and we can do really, we can learn from it. And also, guys, I hope this answers your question. If you still have any question, please do put in the comment section. Before ending this one, first of all, I would like to say big thank you, Khalid, for sharing your knowledge with us. And we have gone through lots of questions in this session, but we are going to have more session with Khalid. Also, in the coming days, we are going to have another session, like you can see, that would be our episode 2, Learn from the Best. It would be from Amit Chandok on 8th of June. So please do subscribe to this channel and also leave your comments if you have any. Not only that, for you guys who would like to learn Power BI, still it's the market leader in terms of self-service and BI. We have created our own course for you where you can learn everything about Power BI from, let's say, beginner to the intermediate. That is available on Udemy. And not only that, we know that just learning Power BI is not going to be enough for you, so you should be certified too. That's why we have crafted special interview questions for Power BI, but we have also crafted questions for Microsoft PL300 certifications for you. So with a discount link, I'm going to paste that link later on in the chat and also on my social handles. So please take the leverage of that. That's going to help us, and as well as it's going to help you as well, guys. And thank you so much, Khalid. So please, I request you to put your all the different links, etc.,
Sure.
in the comment section so that people can connect with you. And guys, please follow this guy. He's a legend. Trust me. If it comes to data and analytics, I know this guy is not just from now, for the past 6, 7 years. So if I learned something, I believe you can do too.
Thank you, Ajay, for the honor and having me on this channel. I have a last message to the community that,
Sure.
guys, always remember there is no stupid question, okay? And
Yeah.
communication is a key. Reach out to even the top level in Microsoft or people like us, okay?
Yeah.
Shoot out any question. Believe me, there are people who are ready to help us, okay?
Yes. Great. Thank you so much, everyone, for joining with us. And this is going to be available on YouTube as well. So if you want to watch later on YouTube, please do feel free to watch over there. Also, just comment under the comment section if you still have any question, you need any help, any guidance, etc. And please stay tuned with us for our upcoming streams. I believe that's going to help you a lot. So thank you
Thank
so
you
much
again.
once again. Have a blasting day. Enjoy your weekend.
Thank you, guys. Bye.